are 4 projects which the ITF have cooperated with the ICs on, one in Mexico, one in Ethiopia, one in South Africa and one in Burundi. These projects obviously give kids who are facing difficult things in their lives, challenges from poor backgrounds, the chance to play our great sport, and it is a great sport.
The International Club is adopting an approach of taking tennis to people less fortunate than ourselves, of giving something back to the game that we all love so passionately. And here in South Africa, the townships give us that perfect opportunity to go to people who are less fortunate than ourselves. People who face many, many challenges every day of their lives. Poverty, high unemployment. Well, there's a twofold aim really. One is to get the game of tennis, which is a game for a lifetime, to as many children as we can. It provides a very healthy outlet for them. It's fun. They learn how to play with other kids, interact in teams. So they're life skills that we hope to teach them as well.
Tennis helps them through what you call this mental toughness and discipline. It helps them to be away from crime. Maybe learning bad things, bad habits.
If you were not playing tennis, what would you be doing today?
I will be not safe at the streets.
Currently we must have about 50, 60, 70 kids on any one given day. Today we had 110 of very eager little beavers, but we're hoping to double that to at least 200 by the end of next year.
I learned to play tennis today.
Ethiopia has been blighted by AIDS, famine and war. Nearly half the population lives below the poverty line. The Ethiopian Kids Tennis Program, supported by the IC of Germany, is well established and relies on donations to operate. Children 5 to 8 years old train for 3 to 5 hours daily and are given food and additional school lessons. After several years of training, the children can make a living as coaches, managers, or they work at tennis clubs. It can literally change lives. The program was started over 10 years ago by brothers Tariq and Dester Testfei, both of whom played at international level. They saw underprivileged children running around in the streets and invited them to the club. 60 of them turned up, and 30 of the most promising were chosen. After 4 years into the projects, the kids dominated almost all the tournaments at national level and at international level, and won major competitions nationally and worldwide.
ቴኒስ ሜዳው በንጋታው ነው የሄድነው። ያንን ቀን አልሄድንም ነበር። ስንሄድ በጣም የሚያምር ግቢ ውስጥ አይተነው ማናቀው ግቢ ነበር።
ምንም ስፖንሰር ምንም ነገር ስለሌለን በእጃችን ከ30ዎቹ ልጆች መቀነስ ስለሚገባን 12ቱ ልጆች ብቻ ቶፕ የሆኑትን 12 ልጆች ብቻ መርጠን ሌሎቹ ልጆች ለሁለተኛ ጊዜ ያሰናበትናቸው። ስናሰናብታቸው እኛም በጣም አዝነን ነበር። ምክንያቱም ልጆቹ አቅም ስለሌለን እንጂ ታለንቱን ብቻ ስላልነበራቸው አልነበረም የሸኘናቸው። ግን ግዴታ ሆነና ሌሎቹ ልጆች ሸኘን።
In Leon, 60% of the population is below 30 years old, and there's a 50% poverty rate in this state. So we thought that it would be a good thing to have a clinic for underprivileged children in this area because of the conditions of the community. The project is to give clinics or tennis lessons 2 times a week to 2 different schools for 1 to 2 hours. Children 6 to 16 years old That's basically the project, and the intent is to eventually grow that to more schools and to more children. Initially we will have 40 children. Eventually we would like to arrive to 400.
Burundi, one of the world's poorest nations, is emerging from years of civil war. The fighting ended in 2008 when a ceasefire was signed and the killing stopped. Children's lives are dictated by poverty and the lack of education. Many live on the streets, are war or AIDS orphans, handicapped, or are victims of sexual abuse. The IC has partnered with NGO Sport Sans Frontières to use sport as a tool for education and social assistance. Sport brings children together. It creates a space where young people can express themselves freely and regain confidence. As well as training 6 coaches, the tennis sessions will help children to learn to interact with their peers, bring communities together, and teach tolerance of cultural and ethnic differences. The IC of India holds an annual Search for Talent program, where 2 boys and 2 girls who show talent are coached for a year. Those who show extra promise are then funded for a further 12 months. As part of the IC's philanthropic mission, children from an adoption center in Delhi were invited to watch the matches of the IC Junior Challenge Finals. They also watched a wheelchair tennis demonstration and watched traditional dancing. More such outings are planned for children around the city, and the new program that's being developed, where up to 100 poor children who previously had no opportunity to play sport will be introduced to tennis.